Welcome to part 5 in my series of greedflation in Canada. While my goal is to educate others in making these videos, I also am finding myself educating myself. For instance, I wasn't aware of the Jim Pattison group. I received many comments on previous videos asking to cover this group of companies, so here we are. I'm Melissa Silver. I'm an ex-corporate accountant hoping to expose corporate greed and at the same time educate and empower small business owners. Right off the bat, I can tell you that this video is going to be a bit different than the others since this is the first private company that I'm covering. Jim Pattison is the second largest private company in Canada. In a private company, ownership is limited to the founders, management, and/or a group of private investors. The 3 previous companies I've covered have all been public companies whose shares can be bought and sold on the public stock exchange. When a company is public, they have a higher degree of disclosure requirements, which is why I've been able to pull their financial information right off of the internet. They have to have it there. From their website, Jim Pattison Group has disclosed $14 billion in annual sales. I am not sure which year that is for. Since they are not a public company, they have no requirement to share their financial performance with the public, so I don't have access to what their profit margins look like, nor do I have any idea how much they pay in taxes. Here's page 1 of all of the companies owned by Pattison. Just pause to soak it in. There's some recognizable names here. And here's page 2, bringing us back to grocery. Due to the very limited financial information available, I don't know if I can call this conglomerate grocery, since they do have so many different divisions, but these are a lot of stores. I think they're mostly out west, and I'd like you to comment on where their prices line up with some of the other conglomerates I've covered. Updating our chart here with the very limited information I can from a private company. I wanted to make note that for profit margin, we are looking at gross profit margin, so that is the total amount of sales less the cost of sales, so what they pay to their suppliers. So that 30.7% for Loblaws and that 20% for Metro are what they're left with to work with, to pay their employees, to pay for their buildings. So it's basically up to their discretion how they spend that money. So I like to look at the gross profit to see how much they are marking up the products that they pay for. And here we are adding our new friend Jim Pattison to the CEO list. Jim is 94 years young and lives in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm going to take this opportunity to plead with Jim Pattison. Please consider taking this empire you've created and do good with it. This world is kind of a shitty place right now. And if you play your cards right, you can make real change. You can still ensure your 3 kids have all they'd ever need in this world, and also use your immense wealth to do some really good things. Just something to think about. I personally want to help small businesses. If this is you, join my mailing list. I'd love to help you however I can. We're going to remember to peacefully eat the rich.